Hi guys, it's Erin from Ginger's Florals. Today is a super fun day. We are both building and sowing the seeds for our second pollinator garden that we're creating this year. A while ago I had a video where we built a new garden bed around right by the greenhouse. I have a whole bunch of seedlings that have sprouted and are just about ready to get planted out there to fill that one in. And that was probably our second least expensive garden that we're gonna do. This one right here is our least expensive. So you should have just seen some video where we put down cardboard. The cardboard came from old Amazon boxes and old random boxes that we collected just to smother out all the grass and the weeds. And then we covered it all with a couple of inches, 2, maybe 3 inches of compost, which maybe cost $20. And then after that, I'm literally just spreading some wildflower mix. This particular one was only $6. I have a couple other little packets that we got for a couple dollars a piece that are local or native, that are made for this area for wildflowers around here in our Pacific Northwest garden. A couple of these, they were just a couple dollars a piece. So ultimately it's probably $10 worth of seed, $20 worth of compost, and a little bit of work, thank goodness for the tractor. And yeah, I'm just gonna spread these seeds. Now, the way this is supposed to work, in order to have any kind of real success, and this is an experiment for me, I have not had a huge amount of luck with direct seeding anything. I've talked about it a bunch of times, but we're gonna give it a go here. So the idea is to rough up the soil about a ½ an inch deep so that it's loose, so that the seeds can sprout and germinate and get their roots down in there. This is all fresh and it was very roughed up, so I've already got that situation settled. So now I literally am just gonna spread the seed, just scatter it, and then water it in. And it's a little breezy today, but it's supposed to be showery every single day for the 10-day forecast. I do plan to water this in today, but then ideally, if it's not raining in your area, if you try something like this, you just water it once a week, make sure it stays somewhat moist. And if it's windy, just keep an eye on it. Don't let it all dry out, because once the seeds start to germinate, they need moisture. So the types of flowers that are in these mixes, this is basically, there's a lot of like Rudbeckia and Shasta daisies, the single stem kind. There's some Sweet William, just a bunch of echinacea and lupin and that kind of. They're mostly perennials. Native wildflowers. There's all kinds of stuff. There'll probably be a lot of calendula. Well, there will be calendula and some marigolds and lots of flowers that you're familiar with. It's just a super easy way to just throw the flowers down and feed the pollinators when they bloom. I've talked about it before, owning and running a flower farm. It's a little bit counterproductive for the pollinators. There's a few varieties of flowers that you have to let open all the way up and get mature before you harvest them, and that's good for the bees. They love it. But there's quite a number of them that you harvest before they ever open. So the bees are there waiting, and then there's nothing there for them. I cut it before they ever have a chance. So this is me wanting to give back to the wildlife that helps keep our garden going, and having it right next to the veggie garden is just all the better, because these bees will be here and they'll be pollinating the vegetables in the garden also, which makes me very happy. Okay, so for this, it should be pretty simple. I'm just gonna set up a camera, scatter the seeds, water it in, and then go from there. That should be about all we need to do. You can see the mix of seeds in there. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm excited. So I have heard that you can mix this with sand to get more even coverage, but I'm not going to go through that. All right, that's gonna do it. It was just that simple. I'll probably, there's a good chance that I'm gonna go, I have some jars full of seeds that I have just collected over the years. Some things like agrostemma and some more marigolds and other stuff like that that just, they're super easy to collect seeds. Some cosmos that I've just saved up a little jar full that I might toss out here with these guys. But all in all, this is a really simple project. There's a couple things I did want to say. 2 reasons to make sure that I watered this in today is, one, to settle the seeds and make sure that they're damp so that they can germinate. The other is that this compost is a little bit still warm. I'm sure if you saw the video, if you saw it earlier, there was kind of steam coming off of it. It's not hot. It's not going to burn my seeds, but keeping it damp will help it just maintain the right temperature. And it's only this thick, so it's not like it's going to get a real high internal temperature or anything, as it might in the pile that it is over there. But the one last thing is, because it's going to be so rainy or so windy, I just want to make sure everything settles and the seed doesn't fly away. Now, earlier when we were doing this, when we were building this bed, we also created this one. I'm not putting wildflowers in this one, but I have a different plan for this with some perennials that I'm going to put here. And then over by the swing set in the yard, we built up that garden bed over there too, because I have another fun surprise for that one. But it's got to warm up a little bit before I get to that. Pollinator gardens are always one of the most important aspects of your garden, to make sure that there's lots of food for the wildlife, the hummingbirds, the butterflies, the bees. And I just love it. Anything we can do to help save the bees, right? Anything we can do to help the native wildlife, the better. I'm sure some of this will get eaten by the birds. Some of the seedlings will get eaten by rabbits, but that's okay. They can eat them. I'm not too worried about it. The first garden we built was under $100. This one is under $40. And I do have one more that we're going to build together. It's not a brand new garden. I don't have to build it, but it's just a different path to create it. So I'll take you guys along probably in another, I don't know, month or so, give or take, to get that one done. And then we'll have 3 dedicated pollinator gardens that I am so excited about. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Take the time, go try and build yourself a pollinator garden somewhere on your property or your yard. You can do it in just in a pot if you wanted to. It's definitely worth it. The wildlife will thank you. You'll enjoy watching them buzz around and fly around, I'm sure of it. Okay, guys, again, thanks for coming along. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.